Should I start here?
Yeah, start right there. We're gonna talk about blowing shit today, guys.
There oh no, it's
mind-blowing important.
Or are we just blowing shit?
It could go either way. I don't know where this is gonna go. Okay.
It might get weird.
I'm glad this is only gonna be seen by a few thousand people between YouTube and Facebook, because that didn't start awkward at all.
Oh, it's going on YouTube too?
Yeah, and we're definitely live right now. So let's go ahead. Let me pull up this in the group so I can see comments and stuff. So anyway, guys, I'm on right now with Andrew Kroeze, which, by the way, if you guys don't know, was one of my personal mentors. So this is going to be a really fun interview because you guys are going to get some insight behind really how things kicked off. Because if you guys didn't know, before I met Andrew, I was only doing like 15 grand a month. And now I'm projecting to do 100,000 next month, 50,000 this month, did 41,000 last month, 21,000 the prior month. So I just want to let you know, like, you guys are going to learn a lot of cool shit today. And it's actually, if you see behind Andrew on the whiteboard, because as you know, if there's a whiteboard, then clearly some big shit's going to go down. We're going to learn about some mind-blowing important shit today.
I'm probably not even going to use it, but yeah.
I got to ask you though, Kroeze, because we all want to know, is that an 8-foot whiteboard? Because from what I hear, that's a standard now for influencers, right? You need 8-foot whiteboards.
Only 8 feet? No, it's the whole entire wall, bro.
Oh my God.
It's the whole wall. Is it the entire room? No, it's just a wall.
It can
be. We can turn it into the entire room.
We can do it.
Sorry, there's a guy.
I'm thinking of starting an entrepreneur starter kit where you have to have an 8-foot whiteboard, a flamethrower, sandals, and what? No, I'm kidding. I was messing with 40 a little.
Josh 40, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's messing around a little bit.
Yeah. Well, whiteboard just makes you look so much smarter. You just stand in front of a whiteboard and say things, and then people are more receptive to it.
You got to draw a lot of circles around the same word for emphasis.
Yeah. So, like, that's what Jeff Miller does. Like, he brings customers into his own world. Like, his office has this huge whiteboard, actually this whiteboard right here, and then he presents. And, like, that positions him as the authority, and, like, it's easier to close deals that way. And, like, if you can run out of WeWork or whatever you want and probably get a whiteboard in there and bring clients into there and close deals easier.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. If you guys don't have a whiteboard everywhere you go, there's a good chance you won't look like an authority.
Yeah. Is there a whiteboard app on the phone?
I'm about to download one. I don't know if I'll find one.
Yeah.
Like,
where are we going with this?
It's getting so sidetracked. All right, so if you guys don't know Andrew Kroeze, I feel like, are we starting now? I feel like now we're starting. But
yeah.
So anyway, Andrew Kroeze was one of my few, because I only had a couple, I guess technically a few mentors that I've invested in. And Andrew's one of them. And really what I want to go through today, and you guys are going to want to hear, is his story from the come up, because you guys don't know Andrew. Basically, he started, for the most part, in November of 18,
last
right?
year, 2017, yeah.
Yeah. So he's been able to really create a name for himself in this space and a lot of authority, and be able to, like, create systems that are easily duplicatable. And how do I know that? I went through them and I was able to excel quickly from them. And so anyway, let's go ahead and just jump right into it. Andrew, give us some background, man, and blow our minds with the blowing shit like you wrote on the back of your, mind-blowing shit. Sorry, mind-blowing shit.
Yeah. So like you said, I started in 2017, not too long ago. Started with an agency. I took Ty Lopez's social media marketing for her agency course back in May of 2017. And then I grew my agency super quickly after taking Dan Henry's course. And the reason why I was able to do that was because I networked with a lot of people. So I would hit up Jeff Miller, Jordan Parker, Mackenzie Lieberman, and just talk to them and, like, provide value up front. And then we would chat back and forth how we can grow each other's agencies and how we could improve together. So that really helped me grow my agency. And then I started a Facebook group to teach other people how to grow their agencies, like just pure value. I didn't have any courses. I didn't have any coaching programs or anything like that. And I went from 0 members to 1,000 members from November to December. And that was just, like, from sheer hard work, from, like, reaching out in Messenger and saying, hey, I've got this awesome group. This is what I'm going to be teaching you. If you join and it's an awesome community, would you mind joining? Like just reaching out in Messenger like that, and was able to grow it super freaking quick. And that was probably because I drank way too much caffeine at the time, and I was just like working for like 17 hours a day and on the weekends, and just I used Messenger like way too much. Not too much because it helped me grow my group, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And then I launched my first course. It was actually a coaching program, a 6-week coaching program that turned into a course, which was stupid simple client acquisition. And we've sold over 250 copies of that course at $500 each over just like a 4 or 5 month period. And then I opened up a Messenger bots course, and we've sold over 100 copies of that at $1,000 a piece. And then I started the Authority Accelerator, which you are in. And that's a coaching program that I set up that teaches people how to grow their audiences and create courses and coaching programs and all that good stuff. And that's all in a year, which has been pretty crazy. I've been able to travel all over the place, living all over the US, went to Thailand for a little bit, lived in the Bahamas for a month, and life has just totally freaking changed in 1 year. It's been absolutely incredible.
And I think that's like one of the most exciting parts about doing this entrepreneur thing, the entrepreneur thing. Yeah, the right way. Say that 3 times fast. So is when you do it the right way, man, life's pretty awesome. So, so what kind of?
I think the biggest thing is connecting with the right people. When you align yourself with the right people that you trust and they know what they're actually doing, you save yourself a lot of time. If you're following people that are just bullshit artists, you are wasting a lot of your time, which is your most precious resource. So make sure you're aligning it with the right people that are leveraging your time rather than taking it away from you.
Yeah, and something else I noticed, I don't know if you agree with this, but it was boring as shit before I met like you and all the guys and everything, which I know some of them are in the room with you right now. And it was boring as shit before I met all you guys and actually started going to the conferences, the first one being Thrive, the next one being JRs that you spoke at. And dude, it just gets more fun when you connect with everybody.
100%. It's lonely as shit out there. Like until you start networking. I think the best thing I did was invested into a coaching program that was actually in November. So when I was starting my Facebook group, I joined Johnny West's coaching program and met a bunch of people. And that really helped me keep going in entrepreneurship because it was lonely as shit when I was first starting.
Yeah, dude, it is. And so kind of walk us through, like, because you grew so fast, right? When people think entrepreneurship, especially because of this whole traditional way of thinking as they come into this new space of online, they just think, well, you go in business for 5 years and you finally learn how to break even and then you finally start making money. But clearly, yeah, that's not the case. So walk us through some of the obstacles you ran into growing so fast and how you were able to address those to stay happy and then stay successful.
Yeah. I think the obstacles, just to rock that one out first, it was just like managing my time. Because I still am not the most organized person in the world. I think organization is absolutely crucial, but I just don't have it. And I was able to overcome that through hard work and just like running myself into the ground. And that's why I've been taking some time off now, is to like kind of recalibrate from all that. However, I was able to scale so quickly because I grew an audience, and taking people from, there are 3 different types of traffic that you own, traffic that you pay for, and traffic that you don't own. So traffic that you don't own, like people that are visiting your website, your personal profile, anything like that. And then traffic that you pay for, Facebook ads, like Instagram ads, all that stuff. And ultimately you want to take them to traffic that you own. So for me, that was a Facebook group. So I was trying to get as many people as possible to visit my personal profile to take them to my Facebook group. And then from there, I can market to those people over and over and over and provide them with hella good content and helpful content so they know, like, and trust me. So when I drop a deal in there or drop an offer, they'll be more likely to buy from me. And the bigger you grow your audience, the more people will buy from you if you're dropping in good content. So it's as simple as that. I just hustled my butt off to get as many people into my group as possible. And then through Messenger, through setting up my profile funnel, all that good stuff. Then going into Facebook groups where my target audience was at and just answering people's questions and dropping stories in there about my life and how it's changed through agency work. And then they would creep on my personal profile and join my Facebook group. It was just about cutting everything else off besides my agency and besides my Facebook group, and just totally devoting myself to those things and just watching it grow. And yeah, did that answer your question?
It kind of did. It kind of did enough, right? And okay. One of my favorite things about you explaining all this stuff, and I think some people overlook this because they ask themselves, well, what's the fastest, easiest way to make money online? And the truth is, guys, like, if first of all, if you're authentic and actually you know your shit, like, people are going to want to invest in you. But in the terms of the cheapest way, like, this doesn't cost any money.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you guys know that. Like, having a Facebook group, this might be mind blowing to some people, but that's actually free. Like, it costs no money.
It's such a valuable asset to have when you have people in your Facebook group. And really just starting it off is just hustle and grind and getting to 1,000 members in your group. And then it grows organically pretty easily after you get to 1,000 members. So like anything that you're doing, the hardest part is just starting. And once you get to 1,000 members, you can ease off the gas pedal a little bit and just focus on your content and make sure that is freaking amazing. And then after your content is great, focus on a course or a coaching program and get as many testimonials as possible from those people in your course or coaching program. Have them drop it in the Facebook group, and then you will get a lot of people to buy your course or coaching program because people buy because of testimonials and other people singing your praises. So
100%. And Justin is saying here, so first of all, Justin, you're right. I do drink 4 shots of espresso added into my normal drinks. I know Kroeze doesn't do any caffeine, but I embrace the caffeine he doesn't drink.
I used to love that shit. I miss it. Dude, the rush of taking a pre-workout. Oh my God. That was amazing.
I think time stops. I think I drink so much caffeine, like, time stops.
Euphoria. It's so, so amazing. But yeah, I'm 80 days off of caffeine. Still dealing with some shit because I'm off of caffeine. Like, I was drinking 800 milligrams per day. So that's 8 cups of coffee. And you gotta, like, I'm kind of going through, like, withdrawals. Like, they were much worse like 2 months ago. But it's crazy amazing how much better my meditation sessions are and how more, like, connected and how I can think more deeply about things from just being off caffeine. It's super weird.
See, your confession with pre-workout just got Justin to come out of his shell and say he's actually addicted to pre-workout. So this is a great first step, Justin. First step is admitting you have a problem.
Yeah. But it's so good. I don't blame him.
I know. It's super good. So the next thing is there's a whole bunch of questions here. First of all, yes, my glasses are nice. And yes, Andrew's haircut is looking sweet. And the third one is, what's your dirty secret to growing a Facebook fast? And there's a lot of them. Do you want to share, let's just say, do you want to share the top 3 that helped you generate the few $100,000 that you did through the Facebook group? Dirty secret? They don't have to be clean. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, let's see. Secret. I want to give you guys some really good shit. Honestly, starting. I'll probably, before we end, like, I'll definitely do some whiteboarding on something. Actually, I have something in mind, so we'll do that at the end. But top 3 secrets, like it's the name of your group and your banner. Like I'll combine those two, because most people are going to find your Facebook group from the suggested group sidebar. That is how it's going to grow organically and can grow super quick. So if you know Jeff Miller, he has a group, Facebook Ads Agency Scaling Secrets, the Ask group. And he created a banner with a fake butt, like a cartoon butt in the banner. And that is a pattern that causes a pattern interrupt when somebody is scrolling through another Facebook group and they see the suggested groups and they see a butt staring them in the face. He's grown his Facebook group from March, 0 members to 24,000 now today. And like his content's awesome, he's awesome, but like one of the main reasons is like that pattern interrupt. Like everybody's talking about that. Yeah. And another thing that he did really well was keywords. So you want to put a lot of keywords in your Facebook group title. So he has Facebook Ads Agency Scaling Secrets, like scaling agency Facebook ads. Like that's what he is teaching in his Facebook group, and that's what his target audience wants. When I was starting my Facebook group, didn't know what to name it. I was thinking like Invictus Entrepreneurs, and nobody knows what Invictus is. It's my favorite poem, and it means unconquerable in Latin, but like nobody else fucking knows that. So nobody would join that group. You want to make sure that it resonates with your target audience and just fill it up with keywords. Another thing I should mention is like my Facebook group name used to be the Six-Figure Digital Marketer. And then when I changed it to Facebook Ads, Chatbots, and Sales Funnels, colon, the Six-Figure Digital Marketer, that's when growth just started to shoot through the roof because heavy in keywords. From there, set up your profile funnel. If you don't know what that is, check out my my personal profile and Rob's as well. And that's what a profile funnel should look like. Always taking people from your profile to your Facebook group. And then number 3, it goes down in the DMs. Just send a bunch of messages to people that are in your target audience. Be active in other Facebook groups, and ethically just take people from other Facebook groups to your Facebook group. And lead with value. Don't oversell it. Just like say, this is what's in it. It's really helpful. Like just be very giving. And those are probably my top 3. Dirty secrets.
I'll say one of the biggest ones that helped me that I learned from this process, because all of that I had to apply. You have to apply all of it, guys. Like you can't pick and choose.
Yeah.
But I think one of my favorite parts was when I first started making Facebook posts. I'll say this is definitely, I credit a lot of the growth to this. So when I first started making Facebook posts, I showed you what my posts looked like, where you did your audit on my page and whatnot. And you're like, yeah, that's great, man. You should talk about like other people and like try to not focus about being so abrasive and stuff. Like comes off a little strong. And yeah, I remember that. And I was like, interesting. It actually took me a while to like humble my posts and write from the perspective of like being able to get people to resonate with it instead of me telling them something, me actually trying to teach something from experiences.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I didn't even think about that. It's all from the subtleties. Like if you can talk about your own experience, like you should only be teaching things that you have gone through, that you have done. Identify your strengths and experiences in the past, and just talk about those over and over and over on your personal profile. Like I will write my basic origin story every week just to get better at writing it. And if you do it from a place where you're encouraging people and not from a place to actually just sell something, the vibe is totally different and it attracts people in rather than repelling it. Like just ask yourself, like, if I read this and it came from somebody else, would I want to engage with it? Would I want to reach out in Messenger to this person? Like, ask yourself that. Like, remove yourself from that post and look at it from a third person perspective and say, like, is this actually, like, is this going to draw me in or repel me?
Yeah. Yeah, that was massive. And the way you explained it's perfect. Actually, the next question, before you answer this, I want to be clear on something with this question, because Rome just wrote, how many clients did you have when you started the group? And something I want to be clear with that question, because JR explained this really well yesterday in a way that everybody should be looking at this. And it's the fact that, so you use Dan Henry as an example. Okay, so Dan Henry started teaching get clients, right? And how to hit your first 10K. Well, when Dan Henry started FAF, or when it was FAF, now it's Get Clients, whatever, FAF forever. And he was at 10,000. He did it in his first 30 days. So he was teaching people how to do it in 30 days. So even though he does like $4 million a year on his new Get Clients course, it's to teach people how to do what he already did, not how to hit 4 million. Like he could do that now that he's done it, but how to do 10K. So when you answer this question, I just want everyone to realize that what people are teaching is not necessarily how to become a millionaire. It's how to do one specific thing that could help you eventually become a millionaire, but that's not the end all result.
Right, right. And you are there to solve problems, not to be the expert. Like, if you can solve people's problems, hell yeah. I mean, like, the worst thing is when people actually lie about it. So don't do that. But when I started my Facebook group, I had just hit 15K. And it was, I just joined Dan Henry's 10K club in November. So I felt very comfortable teaching it. And it also really, really helped me acquire more clients. So it's just the authority positioning thing. You start a Facebook group when you've already done something and you position yourself as the authority with a big audience. And it can really help you close more deals.
100%. Yeah, so I want you guys to know that. So everything he's teaching in the Authority Accelerator was how to generate authority using a Facebook group and increase your revenue by, I think you were pitching it by 10,000 over 90 days or something like that.
Yeah. And you blew that out of the water.
Yeah. Yeah. And because of what he taught, and we're all different points, right, guys? So like when you hear like my results or Andrew's or somebody else's, like not everyone's going to make $11,000 from what they invest in a mentor in their first 30 days. Like I only paid you, I think somewhere around $5,000 or something like that is what you charge for the course or the mentorship. And 5 or 10 or something. It was 5 at the time or something like that. Anyway, so I made that back, and then 100% return. All right, technically, 110% return?
Something like that.
Something like that. Anyway, 100% sounds cleaner. So 100% return because I made $11,000 in 30 days, but not everyone will do that, right? Because we all have different experiences that I was able to combine what I knew with what you taught me.
Yep. 100%.
So I'm going to share one more tip that actually learned from you and Jeff Miller. I think it was Jeff Miller was a part of it. But taking your, can I share a retargeting tactic that I use? Are we giving away too much?
No, that's cool.
Can people handle it? No, I'm kidding. Okay, so we're going to take your video, put your welcome video from your actual business profile. So like I have a Rob Quinn business page where I run my ads. I take that video, I take the permalink. If you guys don't know what a permalink is, you should Google it. And then I take that and I put that on my group page, because anybody that watches and goes to my group page, I can then retarget with ads for my core offer. And if you don't know what core offers are, then you need a mentor. And then I take that core offer. When they buy it, I retarget them with my high ticket offer. And if you don't know what a high ticket offer is within your core offers, then you need a mentor. And so that's the cycle that you could have. So you're drawing all this traffic from your, like you said, like your Facebook funnel. I haven't heard it called that before. So that's kind of a cool name, or your profile funnel. What'd you call it?
Profile funnel. Yeah.
It's nasty. Anyway, guys, you learned a lot from Andrew. If you're not following him on the pages, I'm sure we'll give those out at the very end here. But so we want to know. So you've given us a lot of great info. Okay.
Yep.
But what we want to know is, what can people do? Like, what is going to be the number one thing you see people do that waste their time and money?
That's a good question. I think it's going along with what you were just talking about. they try to do it themselves. And when people say they're a self-made millionaire, they're not a fucking self-made millionaire. Like, they had so much help along the way. They hired mentors. They learned the ins and outs from other people. So don't try to do it yourself. Like, hire somebody. Like, if you don't have the money, like, develop a skill that will help somebody that's in a higher position than you. And then you can reach out to that person and say, hey, I saw, like, for example, I reached out to Josh Forty before I even knew him and said, hey, I saw that you didn't have a chat bot. Can I make one for you? And he was like, hell yeah, I need one. That sounds great. Like, I developed this skill so I could talk to people that were like above me at that point in time. And then I reached out to them. I reached out to him. I helped him. And then we started working on some business projects together. So if you are just starting out and you don't have that skill yet, develop it. And it will come in time. But people waste their time by not investing into mentors and coaches over courses. Because if you have a mentor or a coach that can answer your questions and realign your path when you're falling off of it, then it will save you a crap ton of time. That's probably the biggest thing. People waste a shit ton of time by trying to find the answer themselves when they could just invest a little bit of money into somebody and have those answers just immediately.
Yeah, amen. Dude, that's a great piece of advice. I hope everyone's listening. Hey, I'm just curious, guys. So there's 19 viewers on here. This will end up on YouTube. So if you're watching this on YouTube, don't be confused. But if you are watching on YouTube, subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. I don't know what the F you're waiting for. But we only have 10 likes on here, and I'm super confused. So do us a quick favor. Go like the post. I don't know if you guys don't like my hat, if you don't like the whiteboard, which would be also weird. So just go and like the post, guys.
Crap. It's weirding people out.
Helps widen the algorithm. Like the post. And then drop some comments. Hashtag live. Hashtag Andrew for Prez.
Do it. Are there any questions down there?
Let me look here. I answered a few of them. Let me actually go back to the other ones. Not yet. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, let us know. But the next thing, man, so you told us like what would make them waste time and money. What would make people fail? Like if they were to do this, they're not just going to waste time and money, but the odds of them failing are pretty good. Like what would be that?
The only way that you can fail is by giving up. Like that's it. Like if you have a goal, write it down. Like if you don't write down your goals, they're just fantasies. So write down your goal, put a timeline on it, make sure that it's attainable and it's not like out of this world, but write it down and do not stop until you reach that goal. And if you do that and you do some visualization before you go to bed and just think about yourself having that, if you do that, you will start aligning yourself with the like what you need to learn. Like it kind of sounds like I'm saying you're manifesting it. Maybe you are, but you will, when you put it, if your inner world is always trying to match your outer world. So when you change your inner world and make it in a way that you are attracting these things, like if you just set that fucking goal, that's what I'm trying to say. Like write it down, and then that's the main thing you need to do. That was a terrible, terrible fucking answer.
We got it. We got it.
Yeah.
To circle back, what Andrew's saying is that if you don't write your shit down, if you don't believe in it, if you don't like make it your core,
yeah,
you're gonna fail.
Yeah, 100%.
So,
it was weird. I wrote down a goal to hit $200,000 by the age of 27. And I wrote that down when I was 24 years old. I'm 25 now. And I hit that goal this year. And I surpassed it. I hit $400,000 this year. And I wrote that down 2 years ago, totally freaking forgot about that. And then like it happened. And then another goal of mine was to get a six pack. I wrote that down and I totally forgot about that. And then I had a six pack last year when I was working out really hard. So it was weird. I just like wrote that shit down. I kind of just forgot about it. And then it just kind of came into my life.
I like that you use the word manifest. I actually believe in that, like, wholeheartedly.
Yeah. I'm getting more into visualization too. I read a book called Psycho-Cybernetics that was really good for that.
Whoa, that sounds so SpaceX.
Yeah.
Dude, actually, this is a really good question. Brandon's saying, if you had to start over again, what would your first focus be?
Growing a Facebook group.
Yeah.
That. Growing an audience. Since I've already developed skills to produce a result. And I know how to produce that result. So all I need now is an audience so I can reach out, do target audience research, figure out what they need, and then I create a program around what they need and what my skills are. And that's it. And like, I would do it through a Facebook group since I know Facebook groups. But if I knew YouTube, I would do it through YouTube. So it's just about growing that audience after you have that skill that can help people.
Yeah, that's a great piece of advice. If you guys got that. So focus on your skill. Know what you're great at. Do it that way. It's not rocket science, right?
Is it?
Hey, so here's another good one. Do you have to be local to scale, or can you service outside of state?
Scale your Facebook group?
I would think it means, and I mean, I see the word service outside, so I would assume it's probably anything. I mean, this is the internet, guys. Like,
yeah, you can with growing an audience and having a course or a coaching program, you can do it anywhere. So it sounds way too damn easy, but like, you develop a skill, you grow an audience, and then you sell to that audience a course which teaches them how to develop that skill, or a coaching program that helps them develop that skill or that end result. It's that fucking easy, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
and it looks like you said agency. I'll let you guys know, like, the majority of my clients, when I was going hard on my agency, I'm rebuilding it again now, but it was all out of state. I have one client in where I live in Missouri. MGK or Eminem, and why? We'll discuss that next week.
MGK, I'm from Cleveland.
Eminem all the way, because I'm not, and he's better. So anyway, let's continue. Yeah, man, I think we should go like more questions. If you guys have any other questions before we dive into the last one, I want to ask Andrew. Drop them in the comments. How difficult was the research process for your target audience? Was it detailed, utilizing psychodynamics, which I'm assuming the book that you read? So that's from Amari.
Yeah, those don't overlap. But I learned this from Jeff Miller. And I just use 4 questions to do my target audience research. So I would just drop a post in the Facebook group that says, hey, what's your number one goal when it comes to blank, like growing a Facebook group? And then people will like comment and say something like I want to hit 1,000 members in my Facebook group. So I'll comment back, why do you want to do that? Like, I'll keep the conversation going with them. That helps the algorithm. That helps me learn more from them. And then, so number one goal, and then what's your number one sticking point getting in the way of you achieving that goal? What's your number one fear? And what's the number one thing that you want to learn? When you ask those 4 questions, you pull out their pain points, their goals, their desires, all that stuff. And then you can create your content around those things for your free content and your paid content. And just asking those 4 questions and getting feedback from those 4 questions, you'll be able to create content that will resonate with your target audience and pull out their tribal language.
And Amari, you're actually in the Fortune Accelerator with me, so you're going to be learning a lot of cool stuff similar to this, but we're going to be using a lot of automation. So kind of like we discussed before, you take what your mentors do. I actually love the way Kobe said this the best. And I don't know why. There's a bunch of people it happened with. Like, I don't know why Kobe's the only person that comes to mind when I talk about it. Mm-hmm. But Kobe said it best whenever they were trying to give him a bunch of praise because he's the best or whatever. There's a controversy with whatever, him and Jordan, whatever. I'm not going to talk about that. But
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, so Kobe Bryant, they say he's the best, but he came back in a speech, and he says this all the time, and he's like, I just stole the moves from the people that I learned from, and then I made them my own. And he's like, so I didn't do this on my own. The game's a lot bigger than I am.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, oh, fuck, Kobe.
That's real.
Oh, man, it was crazy, dude. So that's why I say to you guys all the time, that's why it's so important to get affiliated with guys like Andrew. You can blow up his inbox if you want, because he doesn't get enough of that already. But just mentors in general, because, we are a compilation of our influences.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you have to, I did a video on emulating and emulating, since we're using words that we don't know. And emulating is like copying, and emulating is trying to do so much of copying that we can't actually copy it exactly because we're just human. So then you end up like coming up with your own way to do it, and you find your own voice that way.
Yeah.
But what else do we got here? Dude, this is a baller interview. Like, put hashtag amazing. Just drop something in the comments, because, dude, this is fire. Do the thing.
Boom.
Do the thing. I think it's funny because that whiteboard behind you, bro, it just only says blowing shit.
Blowing important shit. Did you read my comment that I put in the Authority Accelerator group about the 3 Ps?
Yeah, I did. Are you going to write that up there?
Yeah. Should I teach them that?
Oh, dude. Oh, yeah. Put it up there. I mean, you've already given away so much already. So it's just freaking icing on the cake.
All right.
All right, guys. If
nobody responded back to that message that I put in the group. I was like, "This is good shit. What the hell?"
We gave you a bunch of heart faces.
Was mean a lot. Let's keep it going.
Guys, pay attention to this. He's going to give you the 3 Ps.
So for a signature process, or like if you're creating your course, or if you're creating a coaching program, this is where you start. This is your framework. So this is how you come up with your signature. Wait, I need to draw this off a little bit more. Signature process.
Whiteboard fire, guys. Whiteboard fire.
So if you want to create a course, if you want to create a coaching program, like, this is where you start. So just think the 3 Ps. And the first P is the problem. So you want to identify your target audience's problem. And you do that through target audience research, asking them, hey, what's your number one fear? What's your number one sticking point? What are you dealing with? If you know that, you can create the content that will attract them to you, so you can resonate with them. So you ask them those questions. You can send it out via email. You can send it out in your group, through YouTube, whatever platform that you use. So you identify the problem. So then the second P is promise.
Hope you guys are taking notes.
So with the promise, that is where you need to ask, like, where are you taking them? So so you have the problem, and that's what your target audience is dealing with. And then the promise is, where will they end up after they go through your coaching program or your course? So put a timeline on it and put the end goal on it. So if it is a course for agency owners, hey, in 90 days we'll help you get to 10K per month, something like that. Or like if you're a personal trainer, hey, in 6 weeks we'll help you lose 15 pounds and live a happier, healthier life. You want to be a little bit more specific than that, but have a timeline and the ultimate goal at the end. That's the promise. So when you put that out there, they have clearly in their mind where they're going to go once they go through your course and your coaching or your coaching program. So you have your promise, and then your process. So the process is the bridge from the problem to the promise. So then you have the process, and the process is 3 to 5 things that you do along the way in your coaching program or your course. So these are 3 milestones that they hit throughout the process. So like if it's for an agency course, this is like first we'll show you how to build funnels, and then we'll show you how to run Facebook ads, and then so on and so forth. And you have 3 to 5 steps that helps them get to their ultimate goal, to the promise at the end of the program. So if you have these set up, your problem, your promise, and your process, you'll be able to more easily sell your coaching or your coaching program or your course. It's just all about breaking down the 3 Ps. And yeah.
Bam.
As easy as that.
Dude, I hope you guys took notes on that, because if not, you're going to have no idea what time of the video to go to watch this. So make sure you write that down. Those are like super important components to getting people to invest a higher dollar in you, because realistically, like, dude, $5,000 to $25,000, it's a lot of money.
It's all about clarity. When you're trying to get somebody into your program, you want to be super clear with knowing like what they need, letting them know where they're going and how they're going to do that. If you have those 3 components, it just makes it so much easier to sell them into your course or coaching program or whatever you're selling.
Yep, 100%. Dude, thanks for sharing that. That was big. I hope you guys took notes on that, because it was on the whiteboard, which means clearly very important. So I guess we're coming to the end here, and it looks like there's really no questions. Everyone's just trying to tell us that we need to come back to LA, and that the whiteboard is fire, and that this is amazeballs, which these are great comments. I love comments like this. But what would you recommend? Like, what piece of advice would you give to everybody watching right now?
Set your goal, and then grow your audience. I found the easiest way to grow my audience was through a Facebook group, but find that platform that really that you work well with. So if you're better on camera, maybe using YouTube. And the benefit of using YouTube is like people will binge watch the shit out of you. That's something that you don't really have in a Facebook group unless you set up your units in your Facebook group and have like videos there. But yeah, it's really what you're most comfortable with, and just creating an audience. There's some dude that teaches email copywriting, and he's never created a video or anything like that. I forget his name, but
Danny.
What's that?
Is it Danny?
No. But he's never created a video, anything like that. Lewis, what's that email copywriter name that we were watching last night?
Oh, Andrew Shepron.
Andre Shepron? Yeah. So this guy, his course is all written out. He promotes it via email. He doesn't have any videos or anything like that. And that's just what he's comfortable with. He's a super huge introvert, but he found he was able to sell just through email and through doing his course just all written out, and people get results from it. So just find the thing that you're comfortable with and grow your audience. and provide super valuable content to your audience, and then sell something to them that will help them.
Well, so last question before we hop off, and everybody that's still on, we're going to give you links to be able to find Andrew later and really be able to consume his content, because it's really good shit. I can tell you firsthand. And but what would your favorite superpower be if you could have one, and why?
Oh shit. I just kind of want to fly. It's so basic, but like that'd be sweet. Jump off of something and just like
not die.
Yeah, and not die. That's pretty important. Yeah, just flying.
Oh,
okay, weird.
That sounds like a total nomad answer. That sounds.
I guess.
True.
Wouldn't have to pay for plane tickets or anything like that.
That's very true too. That's what's up, guys. So, man, I want to make sure that everybody can make their way to your page. What I'm going to do is actually link. If you can send me a bit.ly link in Facebook Messenger after this, I'm going to link your page, or I can do it. Just send me a link in Messenger. I'll put it on this video so you guys can easily go to his group. And but where else can people find you? Like, what other channels besides your Facebook group?
No, main thing is just Messenger. If you guys have any questions or like or anything like that, just hit me up on Messenger. I'm pretty willing to help. Sometimes I miss some messages in there, but like I'll get to them as best as possible.
Bam. Awesome, guys. Well, in that case, you will find that link in this video after the video. And dude, I appreciate you hopping on, man.
Cool. Thanks for having me, buddy.
Definitely, bro. All right. Later, guys.